Starting. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope everybody had a good Memorial weekend. Yes, absolutely did. Yes, good morning. How's everybody doing? I hope everybody had their hot dogs, hamburgers, and went on into had a good time with their families as we're bringing you up this morning. Yes, yes, this is Wendy at Wendi Charles Speaks. Absolutely. So we're going here. Hold on. And got a few phones working over here today. Chasing every borrowed shine. Skip the quiet, skip the quiet. Good morning, good morning. So, I tell you, I hope y'all are ready today. I am to start this new beautiful week. Yes, yes. Life is a process. It's not a race, step by step. This month, we will have our music out. It'll be on Spotify. Hold on. Let's see what's happening. We're enjoying our music as we bring you all up. Yes, we're working on this other phone here to get you up. And I hope you're enjoying our music here. Yes, good morning, good morning. Good morning, good morning. Pull that up a little bit. Hey, good morning, everybody. Good morning. This is Wendy and Wendi Charles Speaks. And are you polishing your inner mirror? Did you do that this weekend? I hope you're still working on you and you are with your family. I guess we're looking at cameras and going live here. Yes, we're on Substack, but we're on Substack doing on looks like only a podcast. But hopefully we're on TikTok. And I want to say good morning to you guys. And I hope you are feeling good. You got up with your gratitude this morning. Yes, we woke up. I took that breath. Oh, yes. As you guys are coming and joining me this morning, I'm so happy. I'm so happy. Yes, we're going to talk about, trust your prep. Yes, if you're 50 plus, you've been here on this earth from 0 to 50, you got a lot in you. Again, this is Wendy at Wendi Charles Speaks. You can join me on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Substack. Substack is going to be my place. And, something is happening with Substack. So, I don't know what's happening here. Hey, hey, we got something going on over here. I tell you, they're so amazing, these things. Okay, it tells me swipe up, swipe down. Not sure why it's talking over here. So anyway, just want to say to you guys, I hope you woke up with gratitude this morning, did your prayer. I always do mine, which is Namyo Renge Kyo, and I don't know what you use, but my vibration, if you need to use it, use it. But whatever gets you going in the morning, whether it's your coffee, your music, or whatever, please do it. I know I always grew with my music in the morning, and like I said, at the end of this month, we'll be on Spotify, and you can get our music. You can go up to my website even today, and pick them up. So, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. You have joined me here on Substack or TikTok at Wendi Charles Speaks. I am so happy and privileged and honored you're here to join me this morning. Because if you got up and you got out and you turned me on, it was no mistake. You're here because you are ready You are ready to take the next steps in your life to move forward. And you, like me, probably needed a coach to pull you through what I did. And Dr. Sonia is my coach who put me in as far as invite a co-host. Oh, Melissa Williams, we're gonna co-host today. Oh yeah, okay. But anyway, hello, Jemery. Hi, Mary. Hi, Greg. Hi. How are you? And I'm just saying, hey, good morning, good morning. And like I said, did you guys start with the secret? The secret of every day is gratitude for waking up and then doing your prayer thing or whatever does your vibe. Then moving on into what it is that's feeding your mind. You know, what is that food that's feeding you? Because your health is your wealth, right? And your mental health is seriously important. And especially as you're getting older. So, I just want to thank you so much for getting up this morning and joining me and be a part of my family, my community here, whether it's on Substack, TikTok, whether it's on school, whatever. But I want you to polish your inner mirror every day. So start with that 10% that I talk about. 10 minutes a day. 10 minutes, not 10%, but 10 minutes a day. Yes. And what you need to do, 10 minutes a day, is work on you. Can you give yourself 10 minutes every day? Do you deserve 10 minutes every day? You know you do, Jinx. You know you, Alex. You know you, Delmar. Hi out there. Hey, I want you guys to be ready. Yes, to be ready to move your life on. Why? Because there are 100 and plus centennials in the world. Did you guys know that? Did you know that? Hey, did you know that? Did you realize that there are 100,000 plus centennials? I'm gonna invite Richard up here. Richard, did you know that? And I'm telling you, that means we're gonna live longer. Hey, how you guys doing? What's happening this morning, guys? Yes. Hey, good morning. Good morning. When Wendi Charles Speaks, are you guys ready to get moving? Talk to me. Why are you here? Do you have fears? Do you have regrets? Tell me, Richard, what's going on with you? What's going on with you? What do you have going on in your life? Okay. Are you having these roadblocks? I see you down there, Richard. What roadblocks are you having? Yes. Yes, I want to know that. Hello, how are you? And if that's not the right person or right people we need to be with, well, we need to get them off of here. Yes, absolutely. We tried a little different format today. Hold on a minute. Let's see if we can't click them out of here. Hold on. So, anyway, back to what our show is going to be about today. It is about trust your prep. Yes, absolutely. Press your prep. And if you're seeing me here on TikTok and I'm moving this thing around, it's because we've got some guests here that popped in and we are getting rid of certain things happening here today. Hold on as we move on. So, hello. Anyway, we're back to my show. And my show is about is polishing your inner mirror. Okay? And unleashing your inner authority because you deserve it. You deserve it. So I don't know if we're going to be able to do TikTok live here since we've got some guests here that we did not necessarily invite, and I need to figure out how to get them off, but we won't figure it out today. Hold on 1 second. Okay, so what I'm trying to say to you here is that you need to trust your prep. I wish we can turn this off. Please forgive me 1 minute while I try to get these folks off of my feed here. Okay. Let, okay, be patient with me here. I apologize, guys. So, that's just the way it goes. When you're working on new things, you got new problems, but you also have new opportunities. There's always a way to have opportunities. So I'm just saying to you, all right, here, let's put us back up here. Okay, so we have 5 roadblocks that we need to get through. Okay, as seniors, as I tell you, 5 roadblocks we have: fear, regret, procrastination, clarity, and lack of confidence. So I'm asking you today to start today, 10 minutes every day to work on your purpose. Yes, you are ready. Preparation comes first. You've studied, you've healed. Last night, there were uncomfortable growths, with you, and perhaps you had fears. Perhaps you couldn't move forward with whatever was going on in your life. I'm not sure, but I know that's the problem I had. And I know I'm human like you guys. And the problem I had in my life was, how do you move forward past 50? In fact, how do you move forward past 60? How do you move forward past, oh, yes, those years? And as I say, seniors are defined as AARP. And I'm saying AARP says that you are a senior at 50. Absolutely. So I'm saying to you, what's going on here? We got somebody up here in our stuff. So I'm saying to you today that we have to unblock the roadblocks. Yes, get rid of the procrastination. Have clarity, have confidence, and that is why you are here. You are here with me today. So I am asking you to be patient with the fact that we have some technical things going on, because I can't figure out how to get these folks off of my live. Wow. Let me see if I can just get out of it and come back in. How about that? How about we do that? So let's go again. So please just be patient with me one time here while we come back up and go back live. Absolutely. Hold on, hold on, hold on. This is the part of this business that just gets very interesting. And it's okay, because when you start something new, you start messy. When you start something new, you don't know what's going on. You don't necessarily have all the answers. And you know what? It's not for us to be here and be perfect. It's us to be here and show up and show out and support each other as we want to work in peace and harmony and create peaceful and harmonic environments in our lives. That's the reason why we're here. We're here to help each other grow. We're here to help each other figure out what it is that we need to do. Would you put this back up there? Do to accomplish our purpose. And I want to help pull you through. Yes, I want to help pull you through. Why? Because my coach helps me pull through, and it's on the speaker. But she doesn't necessarily deal with the emotional states of the roadblocks that you have. She doesn't necessarily address the fears, the regrets, procrastination, the lack of clarity and confidence that you would have in your life to develop your purpose. No, that's what I do. That's how I operate. Let's see what's going on here on this. Do we have it up now? Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. It is up and we are going. Okay. So now that we've gotten through that, I want you to understand trusting the prep. Yes, I want you to understand trusting the prep. Okay. And some of you are waiting to feel confident before you move forward. And that's all that it's about. You're waiting to have confidence. And why are you waiting to have confidence? Not sure why you're waiting, because you got everything inside of you. You've been on this planet from 0 to 50. Okay? From 0 to 50. So you have what you need. You just haven't thought that you had something. So let me tell you this morning, you got everything you need to start today, Arlen. You have everything you need to start, Greg. But confidence, was never supposed to come first. Preparation comes first. And you've been prepping from 0 to 50. Okay? You've been doing the studying, you've learned how to heal, you've been up late nights and solving something. Yes, yes, growth is uncomfortable. Absolutely it is. But the disciplines that nobody probably told you or applauded you for is something that you've been doing every day. Every day you've woken up. Every day you've woken up and said, hey, listen, I want to be somebody. I want to do something. I just don't know what to do. I'm just afraid to do it. I'm stuck in fear. Yes, yes, growth sometimes is uncomfortable. The discipline nobody applauded. The moment you kept going, even when nobody saw the progress. You know, you've been doing this for years. Yes, you have, but you just haven't acknowledged that you have been your own powerhouse moving yourself through, because you've done the groundwork. I don't have to tell you, you've done the groundwork. Or maybe I do have to tell you because maybe you don't realize the greatness that you have inside of you. And so I'm glad you're here today so that you can walk with me on the journey of discovering your greatness, discovering what's inside, so beautiful inside of you. But I want you to start every day with having gratitude that you just woke up in the morning. I want you to start every day with whatever you believe in your faith and your prayer. I want you to know every day that even though you may wake up today and there are storms, that there is sun above the clouds. This weekend I was at a place called Rockabee Ranch, which was so fabulous, the baseball facility where my grandson played. And they were winning a lot of their tournaments, and then all of a sudden yesterday they just had kind of a fallout. They just couldn't push through. And so, I got to see them as young 8-year-olds not able to push through. And I know as a senior, oh my gosh, hey, have a splendid day, baby. How are you? Hey, George, how you doing? Hey, how you all? I'm saying, I saw where 8-year-olds got stuck. Okay? But at the end of the day, yes, they hung their heads and we said, hey, grieve about the loss, but move on because this is baseball, baby. This is baseball. And baseball, you win some and you lose some, but there are always many more games to play. So that's what I'm trying to say in your life. If you are a senior, okay, and you are 50 plus based on AARP saying you're a senior, you know what? You probably have another 50 years. Do you know that? When I was coming up, they told us that women will live maybe to 85 and men will live to 72. Something like that. Oh, you got to be kidding because my mother's 95 and that's not even happening for my family. My Aunt Sue died at 102. So I don't know what they're trying to say is that's the way, but I can tell you right now, history is happening today where the centennials we're living longer. We're becoming centennials more and more and more and more and more of us. You don't need to fake power when you've done the work, right? Because you have the prep inside of you. That's what I'm trying to say to you. Stop what you're doing if it's not about taking care of you and working on your purpose. Okay? Stop what you're doing, that you're giving away all of your goodness and greatness and not just giving some back to you. You need to work on you because you got 50 more years, baby. You got 50 more years if you're 50. And if you're younger than that, well, my goodness. Because if you're 70, you got 30 years. And I'm telling you this because it's happening every day. Every day, someone is getting to the age 100. And you're going to look back and go, man, somebody's living to 110. Oh, somebody's living to 102. Oh, somebody's whatever. That can be you. So that's why I'm saying you have to get away from the roadblocks that keep you back, Black Jerry. You have to get rid of from the roadblocks, Sarah. You have to stop allowing yourself to be so afraid that you don't step out into your purpose because you have so much in you. And we are waiting as a society for people to tell their stories. And have stories to teach the world and leave a legacy. And some of you might say, well, I don't want to teach the world. I don't want to leave. Okay, well, that's fine. In fact, I was reading an article the other day where somebody was really saying, I just want to be. I'm like, what? You just want to be? Yes, I'm tired of people promoting what people need to be doing when they're aging. I'm tired of people I get it. And then if that's you, this is probably the wrong channel because I am not just going to be, and you're not just going to be with me. We are going to work on ourselves because as I know, as a female, as a mother, as a daughter, as a friend, I give a lot to others. I gave a lot, and now it's time to give it to me. And I know that I'm ready for it. I know I have the confidence for it. I know, baby, that I've done the groundwork because if I was given earlier through and learning and going, I had something, Lopez. You got something, Lopez. You've got the groundwork. Now walk like it, speak like it, build like it, lead like it. That's what I'm trying to encourage you. I'm trying to tell you, stop the stinking thinking and get rid of the fear that you can't be or move forward in another act of your life. Yes, I'm on the sixth act of my life. I came here and I started my career in a boutique store. My bags were things. I went on into uh, American Airlines. I did 25 years with Sabre, EDS. I'm just saying. So, that was 25 years, Kevin, okay, that I gave to a corporation. Okay. And so what I realized is that at the end of the day, when I was about 45 years old, that corporation said, see ya, sayonara, baby. We don't need you here anymore. Okay. We're going to use, Al, you're 45, you're old, we're letting you go. And so they laid off about 2,500 people, and most of them were 45 and old. Huh? What do you think about that? Now, I know recently there was like 200,000 layoffs and things going on. There's layoffs every day going on now. But I'm telling you, don't run away from an opportunity. When one door shuts, another door opens. And I'm asking you to please open your own door. Don't just depend on a corporation to pull you through hope and get you to the point of feeling that you found happiness, because I'm telling you, you only find happiness in what you can control. That is truly where you find happiness, what you can control. Where you are in a corporation, you're there and it feels happy for the moment. And yeah, if you have a credit union, you may go get that house and go get that car and you're saddled up. And then all of a sudden, at the end of the day, somebody says, you know what? You got freckles on your face. We're letting you go. You are 45 years old. We're letting you go. In fact, no, what we're going to say is there's a new industry coming and we're ready to let you go and get you out of it. Yes, we are not going to stand here and we're not going to keep you because we don't want to pay the overhead. We don't want to pay the insurance. We don't want to pay the pension. Pensions were let go a long time ago. Then they converted them and they call them 401ks. Okay, they said, hey, we're going to give you a 401k. What? 401k? You're not giving me anything. Oh, yeah, well, we'll match it. We'll match it. What they said is if you don't contribute, we won't contribute. So they left you high and dry. So when you became a senior to retire, many people didn't even realize that they didn't have anything else once they left that company. They thought, oh, well, I have my 401k. And it's true, you can transfer those over if you had something in it. But it was easier to use too. And so a lot of people got left behind with pensions because pensions were things you couldn't touch. And when you uh, retired, you got your monthly stipends out of your pension. But your 401k, if you didn't set that up where it was operating more like a pension other than a savings plan, guess what? Sometimes you were left behind, Barbara. I don't know if that happened to you, but I know it happened to me and happened to many friends of mine. And I know that we depended on the corporations to get us through and to keep us where we would be loyal employees, and we were thinking they would be loyal employers. And that's not happening. So I'm telling you today, if you're 50 plus, you could possibly be on this planet for another 50 years. So get ready for that, because you can't just be. As I read somebody saying, I just want to be. What are you going to be for 50 years? Watch TV for 50 years? Roll up with your cat for 50 years? Never leave the house? Well, I'm telling you, your health is your wealth. So if you don't engage the mind and you don't engage the body, you know what? You have just knocked yourself out the park for good health. And of course, you don't want to get to 100 years old with bad health. Who does, right? But confidence, okay, is what I want you to know, that I can help pull you through, to give you that confidence, just like my coach gave me. Confidence enough to write my book, Be Splendid in Your Day, that's up at my website, WendiCharlesSpeaks.com. Yes, yes, the preparation that you gave came first. You studied the healing, the late nights, like I told you, the discipline that nobody applauded you for. You have it all inside of you. So why are you here this morning? It is no coincidence why you're here. You needed to be here to be encouraged, because you're stuck. You wanted to be encouraged. Some people say, well, I don't really want to be. Yes, you do. Because what are you going to do for the next 50 years? Do you have a plan of action of what you're going to do for the next 50 years? Some of you just say, well, I don't need a plan. I've planned all my life and now I'm tired. I just want to sit back. Well, you just can't sit back. You know, Pinky Loretta Richards, 90 years old, was on the show last week, and she told you she's still going. She's still driving. She's still doing. She understands that she came from a country, of Jamaica, and came to America and turned everything around. She became an entrepreneur of a business, of a beauty shop, of buildings. Yes, yes. So she still had the confidence. She knows the confidence is simply the evidence that the groundwork exists. How did it exist? Because she worked on it every day. And how does she keep going? It's because she realizes that she's living longer. She's only 90. She at least has 10 more years. She might have another 20 years. She has not a clue, but she knows one thing. She's on this planet now, and she is going to make every moment of it to be the most beautiful, beautiful life that one can ever have. And that's what I'm trying to encourage you. You see, real confidence is not loud. It's not pretending. It's not perfection. It's not performing for approval. Real confidence is walking into a room and knowing, like Loretta, that you did all the groundwork and now ready. You're ready to do another thing. And what Loretta's doing now is just enjoying the fruits of her labor. Okay, but she still travels. As I said, she still drives, she still cooks, and in fact, she's dating a gentleman that's 84. Oh my gosh, so people say, oh, I can't find a good man. Well, she found one. So there's some out there that you just got to find one. Real confidence is walking into a room and knowing you've prepared for this moment. And she demonstrated she's prepared. She's continuing to prepare. She's still working on it. She's still on TikTok and Instagram, and people are saying, oh, I can't use it. She's 90 years old and use it. So I'm telling you, never give up on yourself. Never leave yourself open to just sitting and being. Do something with your life. Do something with the moments. Turn off the chaos. Women over 50, you have survived seasons that should have broken you. You have learned lessons that money can't even buy. So you have the wisdom, the resilience, and the strength, okay, earned through your experience. Yes, please applaud yourself, because you have learned a thing or two. Now I'm telling you, take that thing you've learned and put it in place for your purpose. Give your gifts to others. Always give something. Inspiration, positive quotes, affirmations of your life, of where you want to be, where you see you want to be. So stop questioning whether you belong in a next chapter. Stop questioning that, because every day you wake up, life is telling you got another chapter. Every day you got good health, life is telling you got a good chapter, another chapter. So I'm telling you, don't limit yourself to your chapters by saying, I'm too old, it's too late. No, trust the years that have trained you. Trust the prayers that have carried you. Trust the process that has built you. Yes, trust all of it. Like I trust that I wrote this book, and I trust that I'm going to write another one, and I trust that I'm going and working towards your purpose and helping to pull you through. Yes, yes, yes. Does that make sense? Does it make sense that you can be pulled through with a coach, because I will expedite you getting to understand what you want to be, where you want to be? Because confidence isn't a performance. Confidence is proof of your groundwork. And if you haven't seen that before, let me help you see that. Let me help you know that you have walked the walk, and you can now talk the talk because you've gone through the journeys. The best thing that people can give to each other is the stories of their life. Why? Because sometimes just when we're talking to another person about something, we realize that what we thought was a problem is not even a scope of a problem as compared to someone else. And that's not to say that we compare ourselves. I'm just saying that sometimes when we're here with ourselves going, woe is me, and somebody shares their journey or something they're going through, you go, how can I be complaining? How can I be there complaining when this person didn't have any arms, didn't have any legs, and they still got out, ran the race, they still have a family, they're still traveling, they're still doing stuff, and I'm sitting here with all of my legs, arms, and eyes, and I'm saying, I just want to be. I don't want to work on anything. Are you kidding me? And there's so much that has been given to you. Yes, given to you. Because when I say given, I'm talking about your life. When you have life, you have purpose. You can choose what you want to do, how you want to do it. Whatever the mind can conceive, you can achieve. And as I was talking to you about going to the Rockaby ballpark, yes, these young men at 8 fell down from their their baseball activity, or that particular tournament. Okay? It's okay as long as they get back up and they hit again and again and they improve in what they do. Maybe they don't become a perfect batter, but what they do become is an improved batter. And what they do become is an improved person, an improved, not because of anybody comparing them, but because of their self desire to always be better of your own PR, not anyone else, not anyone else, your own PR. We're not measured. Don't be measured by others. Be measured by you, right? Be measured by how much time you spend with you and work on you. Be measured by what you want to do and how you move forward to it. Be measured by your desires to grow, and put your goals up every day of what you want to do today. Perhaps you want to read a chapter of a book. Perhaps you want to listen to some inspiring music. Do those things to encourage you. Do those things to help you. Show your children that you are engaged with optimism and you want peace. Okay? You want to help them learn about how to be peaceful. Well, guess what? You know what? Since I started my purpose, I have so much peace and joy and happiness. The first thing I had to do in dealing with my purpose was to write a letter of forgiveness of myself and others. Why? Because I was tired of having the regrets. I was tired of the elephants in the room. And so when I got so sick and tired of all the chaos, I said, I looked in the mirror. I said, Wendy, you got to start with yourself. You got to start with, the things that you see in others that you don't like are probably the things that are inside of you that you're doing. So let's start with you first. Let's write a letter, forgive yourself, forgive others, close that door of old regrets, and let's begin moving. Let's stop the procrastination of we're going to do it tomorrow. We're going to do it next month. We're going to do it next year. We're going to do it in our anniversary. Whatever it is, let's stop that. And I did. So we shut the regrets down, number one. Then hey, stop the procrastination. And the other thing, once I said to myself, I forgive you, guess what? The fear was gone of anything I had done or did in the past. You know, ugly, good, bad, whatever. I had to just close that door and not let it be the ghost that haunted me that stopped me from moving because I have so much prep inside of me. My real confidence, like I said, was walking into the room is the moment that I realized, hey, I am prepared for this moment. I am prepared to talk to you. I am prepared to be on this planet to walk through and help others get to their purpose. I am prepared because I've done a thing. Yes, I worked for major corporations for years, 40 years in a combination. Okay, I did 39 years in insurance. It was my moonlighting thing. When I started with American, the money was I thought was low, so I wanted to add some to it. I did the insurance thing. That was kind of the side hustle, and then I did other things when I got laid off. I went into being a brand partner with Wingstop. But then all of a sudden, I was laid off in the middle of it, right? So then I said, okay, there was someone who came in, said, hey, you built this stop? I said, yep. They said, let's do more. And we got the first women contract from Wingstop to build them. Yes, because whatever the mind can conceive, you can achieve. You've learned lessons that money can't buy. You have the wisdom, the resilience, and strength to earn through your experience. So just turn that mind on. You got to turn off the chaos to hear the mind. Because you know what they say? When you talking, I can't be talking. And if I'm talking, you can't be talking. Because we ain't paying attention, right? To whatever the conversation truly is. We're just talking. So I'm saying, stop questioning whether you belong in the next chapter. Start it today. Know that every day that you wake up, you've been given another day to do a thing. Trust your prep. Trust the years that you've trained you. Trust the prayers that have carried you through. Yes, I know that my prayer when I wake up in the morning, I go Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, and then I go do Ganyo, which is our prayer because I'm Buddhist. But if you're Hindu, if you're Christian, if you're Jewish, whatever you are, do your thing that starts you in the morning and motivates you. And then keep it going. Because prayers through prayers through prayers through prayers, gosh, prayers give you the faith of knowing you're going to do and be where you need. Because all prayers are answered. Maybe they're not answered in your time, but all prayers are answered. Even the adversities, okay, even the adversities in your life are answered prayers. Because I remember I was trying for a job. I interviewed for that job. I knew I was the best one in that job. And then all of a sudden, I didn't get that job. And I got called back a month later, and the gentleman who interviewed me said, hey, I'm so sorry I didn't hire you. Because I said, well, why didn't you hire me? He said, well, your interview was great, but here's the situation. I'm now in San Diego, and if you want to come out here, I can bring you out here. But you didn't get that job there because I felt like You were a great candidate, and I didn't want you and your family to lose their job within 4 months. Because within 4 months, they closed that office. That office was no longer the sales office. And so I would have moved my family and then lost my job. So, when I realized things happen like that, I said, oh, wow, with each adversity, there lies a greater benefit. The benefit is just to learn what it is you need to learn. What I needed to learn about was, yes, your prep was good. Yes, you said everything well. Yes, you were great, great, great. But the universe, your prayer, protected you from getting that job because it would have canceled your family's wealth, right? It would have limited their money because you would have been looking for a new job. And then if you had bought a home, oh my gosh, you could have lost it, or a car, etc. So I want you to embrace that each adversity, there lies a greater benefit. And you're never too late. Okay? You're never too late to learn something. You're never too old to start something. You're never too late or too old, guys. And whoever told you you were lied. I'm proof right here. They lied. Loretta Richards at 90 is proof that they lied. My mother at 95 is proof that they lied. I'm telling you, there are loads of centennials out here that are still up and going and moving in their lives, reading their books, writing their stories, driving their cars. Why won't that be you? Why are you stuck? I'm saying, if you're here, this was not a coincidence. You're here because you needed to hear this today. You're here because you're preparing for your next act. And if you say, well, I'm not preparing for my next act, I'm not going to do a thing in my next act, I'm just going to sit and do and be. Wait a minute, baby. Do you think you can sit and do and be for 50 years if you're 50? You think you can sit and be if you're 70 for 30 years? Do you think you can do that? Well, show me. What did they say? The show me state? Was that Missouri? Show me? Show me. Because I haven't met, and I've interviewed several 90-year-olds. I haven't met one of them that when they get another day to live, when they get another day to do, that they don't want to do. In fact, a lot of them sometimes go, I wasted time in my 80s. I didn't realize I was going to live this long. But now that I know that I'm continuing to go and grow, I got to move. I got to do. I realize that staying at home, staying in bed, watching TV stops me. My body doesn't feel right. My mind sometimes picks up senility because I'm so more forgetful. But when I'm engaged, they'll tell you, when they're engaged in something, okay, even if it's that AI, that virtual assistant, okay, that I'm telling all seniors that you need to be using. You need to go to Chat GPT. You need to go out here to Claude. You need to go out here to Manus. You need to embrace these AI things and not run away from them. In fact, you've been using them even though you think you've run away from them because you've probably had Alexa and Alexa's been playing your tune, or Alexa's been telling you what time to go to the doctor. Alexa's been giving you what time to do your pills. Do you know what I'm saying, Eveline? Do you know what I'm saying, George? Do you understand? Does that make sense? That yes, yes, and yes. And when you come up to my channel here, there may be times that I step on your toe. And if I do, hey, listen, I'm not going to apologize for stepping on your toe because I'm a coach. But I'm going to ask your permission. Can I be very honest with you? Because as a coach, I need to be honest with you, as my coach is honest with me. So I'm telling you, today, this is a day for you. It's your day. And I'm telling you, just like the young men this weekend who lost their tournament, this week starts a whole new week. This day starts a whole new day for you. Okay? So get in the game. There's another game. There's another ball game. There are many, many, many more ball games. Put yourself in position to play, but now to play for purpose, not to do the things that you have to do, but now to put yourself in position to do the things you want to do. If it's that book that you wanted to write, if it's that poem, if it's that bike, if it's that piano, if it's that language you wanted to learn, just do something to keep your mind clear and your body willing and able to grow, because the more you give yourself to move, whether it's your mind or your body, the more you do that, guess what? The more you retain your health. And your health is your wealth. I don't care how much money you have. You know, money's great, but I don't care how much money. And yes, we all want to have more. I don't care how much money you have. If you don't have your health, what are you going to do with it? Okay? I've talked to someone last week, and I was telling one of my students, listen, you came in with nothing, and you're probably going to go out with nothing. That dash, but one thing you can leave a legacy. You sure can. You can always leave something. You can always give something. And that's what I'm saying today. Go out today and give something to somebody. Give somebody a smile. Give somebody a hug. Give somebody a high five. Give somebody a dap. Whatever it is, give something. Because when you give something, something happens inside. It's like the lotus flower. It comes up from the mud and it has this most beautiful bloom. And all of us have that inside of us. All of us can come up from the mud and become the most beautiful flower you've ever seen. I know it. I believe it. I've achieved it. And I know you can too. I'm not so unique that I'm so different than you that you can't start where I started or start where you are and then go from there and even surpass anything I've done or anything that I've thought to do, whatever my mind wanted me to achieve or conceive. It doesn't mean that we're all in it together. You know, I was reading an article the other day on Substack where people that don't want to be around people who know more than them. That was the question. Why are people so frustrated with being around people that know more than them? I have no idea. Because when I was in the corporation, that's one thing I embraced. I embraced others that knew a lot more than I did. I loved having a staff that was sharp and on target for what they did. And we came together as a village to do the work. We brought in our best of our best of our best selves. And there was nothing wrong with that. And then the feeling of being around folks that just say yes instead of people that are all that say no and question and challenge your thought processes or how our systems work, the people who think out of the box, the people that knew why they were here on the planet to learn a thing and share a thing. Why would you want to be in a room with the best minds, the brightest minds? I have no idea. I'm stuck on it. You tell me in the chat. Tell me. So it must be your lack of confidence, right? It must be your jealousy, right? It must be that you got some envy things going on. And so you just can't stand it because you need to control everything, that there would be somebody in a room that knows more than you. Well, let me tell you something. You've lost a lot when you're not around people who you can learn from. You've lost a lot when you're not around people that can engage you, whether it be a personal trainer that can engage you in moving your body because you'll only do it this much and they'll take you to that next level to extend it. Okay? So I'm saying to you today, baby, Jim Murray, how are you? I'm glad you've joined me today, and I'm so happy you're here. But I want you to know you are ready to begin today. If I can help you solve one thing, I want you to close the door of fear. I want you to look at it as false evidence appearing real. I want you to embrace your love of self and realize that if you're 50 plus, or even if you're 70, if you're 50 plus, you got 50 more years. And if you're 70, you got 30. Okay? The doctor can tell you, oh, baby, you got that tumor on the left side and you're going to be out of here in 2 weeks. But you know what? You know what? That is just speculation. Okay? Because you don't have a stamp of an expiration date. So a doctor can speculate when you might go, but we know when you might go, right? When you might go is when you're called to go. When you might go is when you're called to go. And that don't have anything to do with a doctor. Okay? So think about that. So every day, don't allow someone to make a choice for you as to you're going to expire at this age. So now you can slow it down and act like, well, I'm dying in 5 years, so let me just be. No, every day it's a gift. My 90-year-olds can see it. It's funny how at 50 and 60, folks can't see it. But at 90, people are saying, I don't want to die. I don't want to die. At 50, people are talking about, well, I'm just going to give up, sit back, and do bonbons. Why? Why would you kill yourself through eating bonbons, being stagnant, and not growing? So let me encourage you, if nobody told you today, you are a beautiful, loving soul. Do something for yourself today. Go get that coffee that you love. Go have that breakfast that you want. Go walk in the park. Go to the beach. Do something to inspire you. Do something to encourage you. Hey, Narrator 500, how are you? Thank you for joining me today. Hey, hey, hey. Do something that helps you grow, that helps you win today. And know that you are prepared for all of it. You've lived on this planet, Jabber, from 0 to 50. You have everything you need inside of you. You just need a coach to pull you through. So subscribe to my channel. Either Substack or go up to YouTube, to Instagram, okay, to TikTok, and say hello to me. Reach out. Get my book. Like I say, be splendid in your day. Be splendid always. Be splendid every day. That's what brought me to this space, is to share my journey, to share what I've gone through, to help you, pull you through. Yes, you know, I'm not a perfect person, and my life wasn't perfect. In fact, when I came up, when I was born, I was a preemie. I wasn't even supposed to make it here. Okay? I was in an incubator. Nobody touched me for 1 month until I got the poundage to get out of there. Okay? And then I happened to have a father who was a producer and a director of a radio station. So we had the funds that I had a nanny. But unfortunately, when or I should say, I had a nanny, yes, until I was 10. However, my parents broke up when I was 8. And oh my goodness, it was tumultuous. So much so that my mother felt like she was abandoned by her husband. And so subsequently, she needed to like abandon doing the child thing. And since she had a nanny, she didn't have to be there. So, when people say, well, when you have so much money, you could do this. Yeah, when you have so much money, you can do a lot of things. But you can also screw the whole family up because you got so much money. Okay? And you haven't done the things that you need to do, like take care of your relationship, nurturing your children. Okay? Even Quincy Jones talks about how he wasn't home. And Quincy Jones was a good friend of my father's. So a lot of those cats, and Nina Simone, they weren't home. A lot of those people and their kids had issues, right? We had isms because of the absence of the parents. Now, my father, when I was born, I was in his second marriage. So I was his last child when he was in his later years. So he spent a lot of time with me. But unfortunately, with my brother, he couldn't spend the time with his first wife's son. Okay? He couldn't spend that time. And so my brother always had the abandonment issues with him. Well, I never had abandonment issues with my dad. I had abandonment issues with my mother, who was there because my mother had the need. Back in the day, women weren't working. So if your man wasn't taking care of you, my goodness, you were probably living, oh, you were struggling. You were struggling. So my mother needed to go out and find someone to be her mate. And at that point, the child was secondary. That's unfortunate. You know, I've come to grips with all that. And that's what I'm trying to tell you. Each adversity lies a greater benefit. So these stories I'm telling you about my journey, you've got stories too. And what I'm trying to say is none of us are perfect. And it's okay. But all of us have promise. All of us have purpose. We were put on this planet for a reason. And if you don't know what it is yet, come to my Substack. Come to this on Tuesdays and on Fridays to talk. Let's talk together about what this is. I'm going to bring some more 90-year-olds up here. And why? Because when I hear you guys telling me what you can't do, in fact, I got rid of the word can't for 2026. Oh gosh, it's a word. I am so sick of it because people use the word can't to just limit themselves from can. And why would you do that? If you love yourself, you should always have a can. What can I do? How can I do it? What can I learn? How can I learn it? What should I learn? I mean, it always should be can. You know, forget those stories about you can't teach old dogs new tricks. Yes, you can. Old dogs that have good diets, that are in good health, can be taught good things. Okay? Surely you can't teach a dog that perhaps had a stroke and is still suffering with recovery. You can't probably teach an old dog who has dementia or Alzheimer's. You can't do that at all. Not at all. So I'm saying to you, you can be taught. You can learn. And here's my analogy. It is better to be a willow tree and flex through your life. It makes it easier on you. It makes it easier mentally. It makes it easier physically if you're able to pivot in flexibility. But when you become the oak tree, and oak trees are good, but when you become that oak tree and you do not move at all, and you are stuck, you will break because you don't have the flexible movement. Okay? Does that make sense? Does that make sense? You need to pray to be a willow tree. You need to work on being a willow tree. That's why I'm saying to all of you out here, embrace this AI stuff. You've been using it with Alexa. Embrace it now that you have in your hand your virtual assistant. You have in your hand your notation recorder where you can record what you think, what you feel, and you can turn that all into your book and all into your purpose. You can talk and ask it to translate what you say, and you can learn a language. You can also go back in your life. Okay? You can go back in your life to things that you love to do, to things that you want to do. And I want you to do that. Go back and ask yourself, where am I going for the next 50 years? How do I prepare? And if you need to understand how to prepare, I want you to read more books or at least listen to some audio books. I want you to embrace the special person, the beautiful person you are. And you know what? I have a song up coming out on the 31st. It will be up on Spotify. Embrace the wonderful mess you are. Yes, yes, we all start messy. But as we work on it, as we do it, as we live, Barbara, as we live here, baby, narrative 500, as we are here, we improve every day, just like the baseball guys. They may have lost this one game, but games before that, they were doing nest eggs, 12 to 0, 12 to 0, 16 to 0, 4 to 0. And then they came up and they struck out on the last one. And it's okay because there's more games to play. So shake it off, guys. Shake it off. Take that deep breath. Let's take 3 of them today. And let's go out here and slay. Let's get rid of the fear. Let's stop the procrastination. Let's write the letter of forgiveness of self. It doesn't matter whose fault it is. It's not about them. It's about you. Okay? And get rid of those regrets. I want you to do that today. And I want you to subscribe to my Substack channel and go up to my school. Seniors Need AI. Whatever you need, I'm here for you. Please DM me. You can get a discovery call. We can chat, for about 30 minutes or so. And, let's figure out. Let me just pull you through for the day and give you a roadmap for your purpose, not for mine, because I'm already on my journey of it. But let's get you on your journey. Let's get you to really embrace the fact that you are going to be on this planet for 50 years, okay? 50 more years if you're 50. You're going to leave to 100, guys, okay? Know that you're going to live to 100. And if you live like you're going to live to 100, baby, I can guarantee that you will be pretty darn close unless you got some heavy issues going on. So we're going to go back here and we're going to close out today. I'm going to close out today with today's uh, encouragement. So here's our encouragement for today. Joy is found in a struggle. Okay? It is found in the darkness of crushing breakers and tearing winds of a stormy sea. Alexandra Pukin. So let me read it again. Joy is found in struggle. It is found in the darkness of the crushing breakers and tearing winds of a stormy sea. Yes, that is what happens. That. So are you the sea? Are you on the stormy sea today? Yes. So here we are. Polish your inner mirror. And I'll see you next Friday, CST time. I thank you for joining me. Know there are no mistakes in the universe. Know you're here. Why? Because you got something inside of you that's saying, I'm hungry. I'm searching. I'm looking for something. I don't know what it is, but like I said, there are no mistakes in the universe. Understand that. So be splendid in your day. Be splendid in your life. Be splendid always. Wendi Charles Speaks. Love you. Please, if nobody said that today, let hear it from me. I love you, human beings. I love you. You have so much purpose. Embrace yourself, love yourself, and let me help pull you through. Thank you so much for being here today as we go off here and end our Substacks and our live YouTube video. Appreciate you.
Inside this small box, you say I was made for more, so you talk on to your reflection.
Yeah, go up into Spotify, guys, and pick up some of these songs. In fact, I even have on my site, WendiCharlesSpeaks.com. So I have some free gifts, some puzzles. Go up there and get some music. Yes, yes, polish your inner mirror, baby. Yes. Okay, I'm just gonna play this and we're gonna say out. Go ahead and start your day. Have a beautiful one. Be splendid, be splendid, be splendid, as splendid as you are. Yes, yes, yes.
This is how it hurts. Why is it me? To you, life is a living process.